I haven't had as much to film lately because I haven't really been doing as much lately. I've been working more and I've had a little bit less time to actually do stuff that I wanted to do. But one thing I have been working on is the BMW is running like crap lately. It started in Madison driving through town. I had a miss and it had enough power to drive but not enough to be acceptable. It was sputtering, didn't want to idle, and it's only gotten worse. So I replaced a couple of the coil packs after pulling the connectors out and testing them, and it looked like 2 of them were bad, and I bought this new set of 6. And I also bought new spark plugs, and since I put it in, it only seems like it's gotten worse. So I need to try to diagnose and figure out what the hell's going on. So I replaced 4 of the coil packs now. Don't mind my Mountain Dew bottle makeshift catch can. That's just my temporary fix that's been going on for a while now. And these two didn't seem to be bad. At one point I had all 6 of the new ones in, and I tried it with both my new plugs and the old plugs, and it ran like shit both times. And the new plugs are these ones. They've got this single tip. They're just like a standard spark plug. And then the ones that were in it have four ends on them, or 4 tips. That's how you explain it. It's just a pain. I hate working on daily driver stuff. It's not fun. It's just kind of lame, especially when shit doesn't work out. I've been running around all day, oil filters, spark plugs, with the dog. Dog had to go to the vet because she's not feeling well. She won't eat and she's acting all depressed, which is totally out of the ordinary. And I bought oil filters and oil for all 3 vehicles. And I bought that style spark plug that was originally in the BMW in hopes that maybe that's the problem. And I really hope it was, because those spark plugs were like $10 each, so that was $60 just in frickin' spark plugs. Not to mention all the filters. That was like $15 a filter. It was not a cheap day. This is what those spark plugs looked like. Well, this is the new one, but this is the type that was in there. It had four tips on it. I'm not really sure. I have never ran a spark plug like that before, but that's what it was using. These, I think, are the higher end NGKs. The ones I bought and tried were just a regular style with the single tip on them. I don't know if it's enough to make a difference, but it might be, so we're gonna cross our fingers and hope that these new ones are what we need. After pulling the original plugs out again, they look really dark this time. Darker than they did before. I mean, they're actually black. They weren't black the first time I pulled them out. This was just from idling in the driveway for like a minute. The old plugs are out, new plugs are in, and coil packs are in. I have 2 of the original ones because those ones there was nothing wrong when I checked them, and I just replaced the other 4. Left those 2 for now just because, and we're gonna start it up, and fingers crossed, something tells me it's still gonna run like a bag of shit, but So that didn't fix it. Sweet. I guess I'm just gonna have to put a scanner on it. See if maybe it's a mass airflow or something else. I guess while it's running I could check the coil packs again, but I've just been unplugging them one at a time and seeing if it runs different with one unplugged. And if it runs the same while it's unplugged, then I assume something on that cylinder is wrong. So, I don't know. I guess it's just begging for an engine swap. It's a new day and we're going to change the oil in the 620 for the first time, and it's extremely black, so it's going to be really nasty and it needs an oil change really bad, and I don't think it'll be too hard. I started working on the BMW in the beginning of this video, and by the time I actually finished filming the video, the parts that I had ordered to make it actually run right, or so I think, already came. So it's been quite a few days now. But there are a couple big things coming up here. One, hopefully this weekend, that 390 rear end that I've been talking about so much that blew up about a month ago. The shop says that it should be done by the end of this week, so hopefully the next video I'll be putting that back in and we'll do a little road testing with it. I'm kind of nervous, but we'll see how it goes. The following weekend of the 20th and 21st is going to be Automotion, and I don't know, it's probably about half of you guys at this point are people that I know, maybe. It might not even be half anymore. But for those that don't know what Automotion is, it's probably the biggest car show event in the Midwest. And the past few years it's gotten just absolutely crazy. It's always been like thousands of cars show up, but the last couple of years it's gotten straight up just out of hand. A lot of people just partiers and people go crazy and drunken idiots, but it's still a good time nonetheless. It's just you gotta be careful watch your stuff and be careful where you park and things like that. But I'll definitely be going to that, and I'm gonna film as much of it as I can. But otherwise we're gonna finish, at least so I hope, the part that I ordered for the BMW is all that I need. I'm pretty sure it is. And after spending about $140 trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with this car. I put coil packs in it, I put spark plugs in it, I put a new air filter in it, and nothing I did seemed to work. And finally, after double checking what I had checked the first time around, I had sprayed a little bit of starting fluid or carb cleaner, whatever it was I used, down at the bottom here to check this whole intake boot to see if the idle would come up when I sprayed it, and nothing happened. So I figured, well, it must not be that, because I'd read that that can rip and cause leaks because it's just rubber. and it seemed fine, so I ended up checking the mass airflow sensor, and that wasn't working, or that wasn't doing anything. So finally I went back as it was running, and I just started reaching around, and I could hear what sounded like a little bit of air, and sure enough, it was ripped all along. $12 part was all I needed. So we're gonna throw that in and start this thing up again, see if it works. Hopefully, it was missing on 3 cylinders last time I was trying to get it to run. So hopefully it didn't follow those brand new spark plugs that are $10 a piece. But we're gonna rip this little part open, and we're gonna see what it takes just to change it out. That was a seriously shitty task. I had to cut up the old boot just to get it out, because there's these, well, basically regular style hose clamps that go around it, but they're so far down inside that you can't even get anything in there, and a combination of a bunch of different extensions and all kinds of madness going on. I haven't started the car yet, and we're gonna try it out and see how it sounds. There's still something wrong with it. It's got no power at all. I have no idea. I mean, could just be those brand new spark plugs are fouled already from being all loaded up with gas trying to idle it when they were missing. I'm just kind of sick of fucking with this thing. Check engine light's still on, but it's always on. An oil light always comes on when you first start it, so that's normal. I don't know why it does that. It's done that since I bought it. And then it goes away. So I don't know. Now it sounds like it's idling better. I need to change the oil because there's going to be gas in the oil. I mean, now it's idling nice. Maybe it's in some kind of limp mode or something. I have no idea. Could try disconnecting the battery, I suppose. Right now it sounds. It actually sounds normal right now. And it's running super quiet like it should. It actually sounds perfect now after shutting it off and turning it back on. I don't know. It actually feels normal right now. Do another test. Ready, dog? Let's go. Now it feels fine. Now it's driving normal. But that first time when I left you guys in the garage and drove away, it was no better than it had been. I brought the car in the driveway, shut it off, started it again, and now it pulls fine. Hasn't had a hiccup since I started it. Alright guys, sorry if this video wasn't super exciting. I wanted to give you something. I know it's been a long time since I posted a video. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep them more frequent. I try to go twice a week, and I went about a full week without posting one. So I'm gonna, hopefully this next one, be putting that diff in. Should be within the next couple days. So we'll see. I gotta call that shop and see if they're gonna have it done by the end of this week. And if not, I'll figure something else to do. I still gotta work on those CV axles, and there's a couple other little things I gotta do. And then Automotion, the big one coming up, that's something I've been excited to film for a really long time now. And I think you guys are really gonna like that one when it comes. So thanks for watching. Thanks for 400 subscribers. We're just a little bit over 400 now, so that's awesome. This channel's growing way faster than I ever thought it was gonna. So once again, thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you next time.